Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading, weekly relationship reading for Scorpio. Those of you who are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, stay up to date. I do singles readings every Monday, every other Monday. And the other Mondays, it is just relationship energy for anyone, married, single, anything in between. And Thursdays is just a general read and lots of energy updates in between. What does Scorpio need to know? Yeah, we have some action here. Somebody wants to take action. Ooh, cornucopia. The Feast of Plenty. I see two people possibly coming together. Always remember here, yeah, you got a man holding a coin. The Temple Path. Some kind of victory or truth here. And yin and yang. Oh my goodness. And adjacent possibilities. Yeah. Always got to throw those. Is just like perfect. Well, this isn't so bad. It's just an energy of someone seeking opportunity. It's someone who knows a good thing when they see it. But if some of you have someone who's not taking action, I could see some of you seeking out other options here. Some of these doors are closed. Some of them are open. There's a broken door. And at the end of this hallway is the light. So there's light at the end of this. It's about two people who are a good fit. Two people are very much the same, but yet a little different, which creates beautiful balance and harmony. So I do see some kind of victory. Let's have a look at action. We have a person here who, yeah, you could see there's some sort of lack. Someone here is kind of lonely. So it's someone who I feel wasn't taking any action, but there's loneliness and lack. But there isn't, because we have cornucopia. So if you have someone who hasn't been taking action, and you're feeling kind of lonely, you may be seeking out other options, but it very well could be this man holding a coin. See, there's no lack with this person. There's cornucopia. Yeah, you've got an opportunity. It looks like there's an opportunity coming in. Yeah, we have someone reaching out, a little test. Yeah, but really watch out, though. Like I say, somebody here is no longer giving to someone else. Maybe there's some ghosting, ignoring, or just lack. Two people who just lack harmony. We'll see what comes out with that. Let's have a look at the Temple Path. Yeah, see, there's interest. See, somebody's reaching out. They're interested. But yeah, there's a lack of interest here. Somebody isn't interested in someone else, or it's yourself losing interest because you have another person. I see what's going on. Yeah, I do see competitive energy. Yeah, someone here for a good time, not a long time. Jealousy or confrontational energy. Yeah, this is someone no longer giving to someone here. Yeah, it's that energy of someone who, I feel like you have a person here where you've lost interest, or they're just seeking out other options. Yeah, it's confrontation. I think it's someone who's possibly jealous. If you are seeking out other options, you may have a person who's jealous here. Someone who's here for the good times. See, anytime there's any problems, this is often someone who runs away. They're not here for the long haul. So there's definitely this no longer giving or talking to someone. And I see an opportunity, cornucopia coming in, Feast of Plenty. Someone has everything they need to master what it is that they want here. Yeah, we have a person here someone here who keeps doing the same thing over and over again, sort of trapped in a pattern, a habit, of behavior. I feel some of you are going to be breaking free by no longer talking or giving to someone. Yeah, you're seeing truth. See, this is an energy of someone who swords up. So you're learning something. You're applying lessons that are learned. But I do think you're definitely going to be speaking a truth, seeing the truth in a situation. And this is someone who lacks, they're negative. It's often someone who's kind of cheap. They don't really want to provide. Someone who doesn't want to provide anything. Or you've had someone who's ghosting you, ignoring you. But I do see this energy of somebody who's here for the good times. Every time there's confrontation, a discussion, something they don't like to hear, they run away. So this is about seeing the truth. Some of you may be cutting this person out, but it's about learning and seeing the truth. Yeah, it's someone who just wants to be single, see, enjoying the fruits of their labor. It could be someone who's seeking other options. See, it's a person who likes it. They come in when they want attention. They're only here for the good times. If you try to talk or there's any kind of confrontation, this person's gone. In other words, this person is not a provider, but you do have a more positive energy here coming in. Yeah, see, he's getting out, seeking other options. I think you got a person who's kind of up to something here. Yeah, I do think this is someone who, and they could be jealous if you have another opportunity coming in. Often this is what people do. They get jealous and then they come in. They don't really want to be with you. They don't want any kind of commitment. They just want to be single. But they get jealous and don't want someone else around. So, yeah, I feel like you're seeing the truth. You're learning something here. And I do think you have another person who's interested. You can see, too, when somebody doesn't reach out, they breadcrumb, or you only hear from them when they want something, right? Yeah, when they want something. They're not really interested in the right way. And I think some of you are losing interest. Yeah. So often it's just an energy or a realization, where you realize you're better off single. See, seeking out other options and opportunities. Someone's treating you like an option. Yeah, saying this, I see friends of friends getting together, see victory. You're going to have a victory here because you're going to see the truth. You're going to have an aha moment. Okay, I feel like your sword's up here. See, this is, now that you've experienced this, see, now that you've experienced this, you have that realization and that you know. So I feel your victory is no longer talking or giving to someone who comes in with lack. It's someone who just comes in for the action, right? Just looking for a good time. Here for the good times, not a long time. Yeah. So I do see making choices. See, it's a person here who often is detached emotionally too. You want to watch out for that. But I do see other opportunities coming in. I do think that some of you are seeking other opportunities. Yeah, I see a situation ending. I see the ending of a situation. This is yourself, I feel, cutting this situation out, ending it. I do see confrontation, jealousy. I feel like it's just a person who, like they try to avoid confrontation, but they're the one actually causing it. Yeah, I think you got a person who just seeks attention. They like to be the center of attention. If you don't give them what they want, this is someone who often gets it somewhere else. There you are. See, knowing your worth. This is about being open to other options, opportunity, yin and yang. Someone who's just right. I think the realization is realizing this is someone who's just not right for you. Yeah, this is someone who doesn't want to give. They're not spending time. They're not sharing, right? They're not sharing a lot with you. Yeah. See, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, someone pinned down by their thoughts. This is someone keeping you in an energy. I feel the same thing keeps happening over and over. This is why I feel this is, it's an energy where I feel for some of you it's time to put an end to this situation. Some of you have another person coming in. Some of you, this could be the end of your single life. If you are seeking other options, open to other options. See, it's someone who sees that you're open and then they get jealous. But the same thing keeps happening. It's like it keeps ending, but it's never really over. That's what I feel is happening. The Empress is someone who knows their worth. This is telling you to be open, is to look, to see the truth. This is someone who's kind of emotionally disconnected. And it's telling you to seek other options, getting out, being more social. I think this is someone who could even be seeking other options every time this happens. But they don't, to me, it looks like they don't want to let go. They may be not having a lot of luck. Yeah, tell me about that. See, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Someone who can't make up their mind. Yeah, they don't know. It's a person who doesn't know what they want. But one thing I know is they don't want to share. They don't want to share. They have a lot of abundance too. This person, they act like they don't have a lot of money, or like I say, ghosting, ignoring. But whatever's coming your way doesn't lack. There it is. This is when you know it's time to release this. It's not in your best interest. Someone doesn't have your best interest at heart. They have their own. You have to look out for you, and that's what it's saying. And I do feel like you have an energy of being open to others, seeking other options, opportunities. I think this person may be doing that as well. I don't know what they're up to here, but you have another opportunity coming in, a fresh new start. Yeah. And this person's likely going to come in and get jealous and create some drama. And if you stand up to them or speak their mind, they run away. Yeah. Tell me about that. Yeah. See, been there, done that. Been there, done that with someone. See, you see someone in the back opening up the window, shining light on the situation. This is someone trying to... You can see this person has a tie around their wrist, so it's about binding someone to a situation. But it's someone that's been there, done that. This is where I feel like you're seeing the truth. It's time to take your energy elsewhere. I do think this is someone who just wants to be single. Yeah, I feel something is ending. I do think this energy of the star is releasing this, because you know, it's about knowing your own worth and value. It's about your own self-respect. I don't think this person's treating you the way they should be treating you. But what's awesome is whatever is ending, you've got this opportunity. And I do think some of you are you're pinned down by your thoughts thinking about this, whether you should end this or not. Because I do see opportunities coming in. But I do feel it's energy of someone taking action. See, this is someone here who, to me, it feels like a person who tries to kind of keep you in this cycle, and you need to shine the light on it. See the light, the victory, seeing the truth. Yeah, I feel like you got other options coming in, though. That's what's so interesting. Yeah, you have a person here coming in as somebody who wants to ask you out, take you on a date, but I feel like you're pinned down by your thoughts a bit. I feel like this is yourself thinking about this. See, this is connected to the Queen of Swords. This is where your sword goes up. That's your scorpion sting. Giving this person a piece of your mind. They keep doing the same thing. But you're the one who has to take control of this. Yeah, so someone keeping you kind of stuck in single mode here. I mean, this is all about your worth and your value, self-respect. You can see the situation doesn't serve, and now you have another opportunity. I do think you're taking a step back and looking at this different, feeling different. See, I feel like you're losing interest, some of you, that this person you may be seeing, they're not your type, but it's about trying a different type of person. This is about learning your type. If this is something that keeps happening to you, it tells you to look at the type of people that you're attracting, okay? And try something different. A different type. Yeah, you need an emperor. See, emperors deserve empresses. Know your worth. See, once you know your worth and value, I feel like there's someone using you. They're taking advantage of you. And I do think you have this emperor energy here. Somebody who's, yeah, you got an emperor. Somebody here maybe more your type. Someone who's a better fit. Someone who, it's more harmonious. There's balance. See, it's all about seeking out your type. There's a person here, King of Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, or another Scorpio energy. Yeah, it's all about taking action. I feel like you got a person coming in, but I feel like you've been there, done that with someone. And if you are a masculine, it's the same energy, somebody who creates conflict, drama. Yeah, this is situation ending. I don't think it's ended. I feel we have someone thinking, pinned down by their thoughts about ending a situation, because there's this opportunity. Tell me about this King of Wands. Yeah, this is a King of Wands, King of Cups. Could be another Scorpio. I see Cancer, Pisces. I actually feel some of you have a couple options. Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energies. You may have multiple. Saying to explore, yeah, they're new. So both people happy, positive, new people. See, this is about high vibration. It's about attracting what you desire, attracting the right people. You have to look at the kind of people you're attracting. And I feel it's telling you to try something different. I feel like it's an energy of someone here who I feel, I mean, the King of Pentacles, this could be anybody, but like I say, this is someone who's taking advantage. I feel kind of exploitation. I feel this is someone who, I think they're, and I do think you're pinned down like 2 steps forward and back. You're trying to decide, but I see there's a timeout. See, and it's often where you have a timeout with this person, but they're the one creating the drama. They're the one with the problem, right? But I don't think this is someone who's going to change anytime soon. I feel like you've got beautiful opportunities coming in. In fact, a couple of people. Yeah, and it's an energy of someone who builds a foundation. They come in right. See, harmony. I think you got a choice between 2 people here, but it's about recognizing this victory is this aha, that this person's not even, once you, and this could even be one person, but just their energy. It's an emperor. Okay, it's about someone here who maybe sees you as their type as well. So like I say, it's a little test. Someone's going to reach out to see if you're interested. Be careful of this other person who comes in to tempt you, where they try to tempt you. So watch that. And that's this person, the person who I feel that you're thinking about. You may be on a break from this person. If you got someone who doesn't want to commit or they keep doing this, you don't have to justify your behavior. Always remember that. See, it's about seeking options. See, this is happy, positive. This is an energy of healing, releasing all the things that no longer serve, but knowing your worth. A lot of self-respect. See, I think you've got a person who's not being very respectful here. Because I feel like it's someone who, I do think it's someone who's emotionally detached. This Emperor energy is someone who looks at you. They see you as possibly their type. They don't know for sure, but I do think this is someone who wants to explore this. You have a person, definitely at least one of these energies coming in to ask you out. And they come in right. They lay the foundation. So this is someone who makes a commitment. And they follow through. I feel like you have someone who doesn't do that. Tell me more about the... Yeah, see, it's about you manifesting what you desire, and you might be seeing someone's manipulating you. They just want to be single. It's somebody who takes advantage of someone else. They don't share a lot. I feel exploitation. Yeah, it's telling you you have everything you need to manifest your desires. See, this is about you manifesting what you want. Been there, done that, but now you've got these other opportunities coming in. Yeah, see, it's like enough is enough. I feel like you've got people here. I see happiness, joy, starting something new. But I feel like you're indecisive. Yeah, you're indecisive. You might not see this coming. Take off the blindfold and see. I think you got a person who manipulates. I feel, and it's telling you, you have everything you need to manifest your desires. I feel like you have a person who doesn't want to provide anything. They're more interested in what you can give them than what they can give you. Put it that way. Yeah, I think you know. Yeah, see, you know. Aha. It's time to manifest something new. Yeah, see, look at that. Things bothering you. It's time to get something off your chest. It's weighing heavily on you. This person's not reliable. This is someone who's already shown you who they are. They're not reliable. They're not stable. You can't count on this person to be there. If you need help or you need something, this is somebody, there's lack. See, looking at all the lack. I think some of you are lonely, and I do think you're about to make a decision. And I love the fact, and I do feel this indecision, but you need to take off the blindfold and see. And I feel you're going to, because I feel once you connect with this person and spend some time, you're going to start to see, because you're going to, this is someone who's a better fit. Yeah, see, it's all about moving on and avoiding this person. It's about knowing, learning the lessons, applying the things you now have experienced. You're coming out of this wiser. And I do feel like this is about avoiding this person and moving on. But here's the energy of taking 2 people, spending time together, getting acquainted. So I do see getting acquainted with someone. and spending time with them. Know your worth. Yeah. Anybody who, see, it's about expectations. Anybody who comes towards you and expects anything, see, they expect something every time you go on a date. This person, are they someone who just expects something from you? You see, they take you on a date and they expect, I feel like you got a person who's taking advantage. But this other person doesn't expect anything. Okay, that's what you're going to notice. This other person, I feel, has their own self-respect. This other person, I feel, doesn't. And I do feel they take you on a date and they expect something from you. See, that reward, they expect something. The other person isn't going to do that. That's where I feel like you're going to have that aha moment. But this is where you'll know if somebody is sincere or if they're truly interested. Yeah. See, you can have as many options as you want. Just don't give them anything until they make a commitment. Period. Some kind of commitment. But it's an energy of someone who also follows through too. Yeah, I feel like you're applying lessons learned. I do think you're going to get acquainted to someone. You might even have a couple here. But what you're going to realize is someone who's been deceptive and dishonest. Some of you are feeling kind of defeated here too. But I feel like this person is someone who I feel, wherever they are, they got a lot of issues. It's not something that's going to be rectified quickly, I feel. But I do think you're dealing with someone who's deceptive and dishonest. They feel sorry for themselves. See, they're creating their own problems. Yeah, see, feeling defeated. They're going to feel defeated, but the thing is and it could even be yourself feeling that way, but I feel once you move on from this situation and things calm down, spending time and getting acquainted, somebody wants to get acquainted with you. Yeah, I do think this is going to end. I see this is the goodbye card, but it's also an energy of rising like the phoenix from the ashes. It could work out either way. It's up to you. You're the one who decides with the Queen of Swords. You're going to have to make a decision. But I do think there's things bothering you. I feel like this person's not stable. They're not reliable. They're not somebody here who I feel... They're the opposite of wanting to provide. They're more interested in what you give them. That's why if they take you on a date, they expect something for it. It's exploitation. So let's have a look at this. Yep, seeking other options, opportunities here. And I do feel like you're going to have plenty. I do see being happy, feeling emotionally fulfilled. I do think you're starting to see the bigger picture. You're being enlightened. You're seeing the truth. And you are going to have a victory here. Whatever it is you decide, okay? But it's about seeking the truth. Yeah, you got a person here. That person who's jealousy, they don't really want to commit to you. They don't want to, but they also don't want someone else to have you. They're jealous. But I think they manipulate too. So, yeah. But, like I say, I feel I feel like you know too. I feel like you know. And it doesn't really, I'm going to be honest. If you try to manipulate this person, you're just going to keep going in circles. But I don't think it's somebody who wants to provide anything. That's the biggest thing. They don't want to provide. They don't want to have to be reliable. They don't, they just kind of want to do whatever it is they want to do. They want to be single. They seek attention. It's telling you to seek attention elsewhere. I don't think they're giving you enough attention because I feel like you're lonely. And this is where that realization, see, it's about a lack of harmony. There's a lack of harmony between the two of you. So this is where this is ending, see, where you have that realization that somebody doesn't want to commit. Or I feel like you've got a person who was, for some of you, it's somebody who was unfaithful in a relationship and they project that. Someone who always blames the other person. I think this person is someone who always blames the other person. They often never are accountable. Yeah. See, it's jealousy, but just like I say, look at this very carefully because it's showing a lack of harmony. This person's not being fair. And I do feel like you have somebody here who might be a better fit. In fact, multiple. Yeah, somebody who will provide. Somebody who will be there for you. Saying to be friends first. Anybody who, wants to be friends, be careful of somebody who has a lot of, if you've dealt with this person and suddenly this person says, let's just be friends, what they're doing is keeping the door open. Okay, and I see that for this person manipulating. I'll tell you, your sword's up here. I do think you're skeptical. Like I say, I feel like you've got a person who doesn't want it. They're jealous. They don't want someone else to have you. This person's, I just see a very selfish person. I do think they project. I feel this is somebody who probably, whatever it is that they've done, they're projecting this, okay? Yeah, but this could be another person because I do see an energy of providing. But like I say, be a little cautious of that. Yeah, it's an energy of cooperation, compromise, compatibility. And that's what I feel. There's a lack of cooperation, compromise. This is someone who always wants you to compromise. Yeah. I think you're going to connect with somebody else here. But like I say, I feel like you're going to have to make a choice here to enter this situation because there's opportunity coming in. You don't have to justify your behavior to somebody who does this. But you do when it comes to a new person. So I feel like that's where you're I kind of feel like you're torn. But yeah, I do think you just have somebody here who just comes in when they want attention. I do think their pride and ego is going to take a hit. But I do think this is someone who doesn't want to provide. They're only interested in what you can give them. In other words, if they take you on a date, they expect something. And you're going to have that moment when you go on a date with this Emperor who doesn't expect anything. They hold you in high regard. They value you. They treat you like like you mean something. So I think you're going to learn something here. Yeah, I do see there's been a lot of hurt and heartache. I wouldn't be surprised if you've got this person who's, some of you, it's a person who's maybe in a relationship or a marriage they were in, a third-party situation. But I do see just a lot of jealousy. And it could go either way. But it's about, basically, it's about yourself overcoming this energy. Yeah, see, it's about knowing when it's time to walk away, to move on, to take the lessons learned. Give a little time for things to calm down. But I feel it's like this person here who, they wait for things to calm down. And then they come back in. And that's what I'm worried about. But this other person is someone here, yeah, see, you deserve love. You deserve, I do see you connecting with someone else where there's a lot of chemistry, and I do think you're going to start losing interest on this person too. Yeah, see, I see moving on. It's time for change, closing a chapter, putting an end to a situation. Yeah, it's telling you to look before you leap. It's like that one last look over your shoulder. I feel like you're ready to go down a new path. I do think you have a person here who you may very well complement each other, but they don't expect anything. See, the Emperor's not expecting anything. This other person expects something. So choose wisely, regardless of your situation. Okay? Yeah, I feel like you got a person who feels entitled, like if they take you out for dinner or they... I'm not liking their vibe. But this here, much better. Somebody who lifts you up. They don't tear you down. This is someone dragging you down. See? It's feeling very negative, very lonely. It's just a sad state of affairs. Yeah, but you've got a person here who's definitely, I feel, wants to reach out and ask you out. Take care. Bye for now.